Namaste. Today I am going to read Naneshwari along with me. I am going to read chapter 8, OV 30 onward. Now, what you call prime being or entity, that also I shall tell you in short. Like cloud appears and disappears in the sky, its existence is superficial. The non-existent is the real state. Five great spirits together bring it to manifest state, which stays amidst five spirits and becomes manifest only when five combine, which is displaced when body of five with name and form disintegrates. That is called primal being. Now let us understand prime spirit, which is the essence of life, referred as Purusha. He enjoys pleasure produced by the creative force. Who is an eye of vitality? Who is the president of country of organ? Who is the tree for bird of desire to reside at the time of death? Who is reality? Who in reality is the supreme soul, but God separate from it, because in the sleep of pride, in the dream, he becomes satisfied or unsatisfied. He is ordinarily referred as life or soul in the body. He should be taken as prime soul or spirit of the hour of this house of body. Now, in this town of body, who destroys passions like pride, she is the sovereign God in this body, Arjuna, that is I. Otherwise, like primal beings, this prime soul are also in reality I. But if you add copper to a pure gold, wouldn't gold become impure? In fact, the gold is not polluted and it doesn't mix with copper. But as long as it stays with it, it is called impure gold. Thus, as long as this primal being and others are covered by a layer of no knowledge, consider them separate. When that screen of no knowledge is removed, then limits of duality ends. When it is it, even if we say they become one on mixing, were they different to start with? If you make a twist of hair, then keep a clear glass plate on it. Plate seems broken. But when you remove hair, broken state of glass plate is gone. Did we heat it to weld the glass together? Answer is no. It was unbroken to start with, but due to association with hair, it appears divided. When it was removed, glass was unbroken as it was. Thus, when pride is gone, then there remains unity which was there from beginning. Where this removal of pride happens, I am that sovereign God. Hey Arjuna, I told you before, with this intention of my mind, that all offerings have arrived from action. That purpose, the sovereign of God is the resting place for all beings and is a storehouse of actionless bliss. I am revealing that to you now. When after igniting firewood of detachment, fire of organ flare in the flame, then sensual pleasure are offered in it. Then think Vajra posture as a soul, purifying, build a platform of steady posture in the pavilion of your body. Then in the fire pot of self, offer organ of body in abundance, chanting loudly rhythm of three posture: root posture, umbilic and laryngeal posture. Then offer wealth of mind, breath and self control to satisfy a smokeless fire of knowledge. So, this all is offered to the fire of knowledge. Then that knowledge is lost in that to be known, and only that to be known remains behind. This is called the sovereign God. When Sri Krishna said this, Arjuna became clever, immediately understood it. Being this, Sri Krishna further said, Hey Arjuna, you are listening very well. His satisfaction delighted Arjuna. See how to be happy with happiness of a child, or how to be fulfilled with an achievement of a disciple in only a mother or a mentor knows. So, a surge of eight pure passion flooded in Sri Krishna before Arjuna, but he controlled them with his intelligence. Then, like the fragrance of a ripe fruit, or like a wave of cool nectar, she spoke in soft and clear tone. Hey Arjuna, the greatness of listener, listen, said Sri Krishna. When the burning of creative force is over, then the knowledge which burn and finishes. I am going to stop here. Thank you very much. Come again.